Alright, welcome to the weekly gaming quick save show recorded live, 3 p.m. Pacific time every Friday right here on twitch.tv/benreacts. On this week's show, we'll be talking about all the Final Fantasy 15 junk. We got anime, demo, whatever, garbage, great, doesn't matter. The Doom beta, amazing, and indie game Slain, which we should bring up. But first, let's take a look at some of the top stories of the week, and the biggest one, and very clearly, the biggest story of the week. We finally have a release date for Star Ocean 5, and it's June 28th, and it looks great. Super excited for it. And I am actually excited for it, jokes aside. But there is a small little issue, and I haven't seen this brought up on any major news site, but they appear to have changed the game ahead of release, and they changed it in the West and in the Japanese version in a very strange way, and they did it not in response to pressure, but in response to potential issues that could maybe, possibly, who knows, happen. So here's the before picture of what was changed. Oh, yes, we're talking about underwear on this woman's butt. That's what we're talking about. So that was the before. This is the after. See? The panties are clearly different. Very strange change, and very strange thing to even bring up, first of all, Star Ocean. Like, most people would really even know. But it's strange that it happened in response to no pressure, but potential pressure. And that brings to the real biggest story of the week, and one I'm going to cover in a segment called The War on Butts. Because it's a very important issue. Now, obviously, I'm talking about one button in particular, that's Tracer's butt. Obviously, from Overwatch, this happened this week. So, parent watching her daughter play this game, notices Tracer, notices her butt right away. I guess that's a thing that you're very excited about as a parent, and you wonder why is this character being sexually provocative or whatever. And the issue I have with that is it's not inherently that sexual of a pose, and if you really think about it, any pose or any position that you see is the sexual value derived from it is from your own head. Like, someone could look at this and say, oh, nice ass, this is a sexy picture, and someone else could look at this and say, it's a girl. They don't really care. So the inherent sexiness of it isn't, not everyone has the same opinion on it. And particularly on that, if you had, for example, a dog, and you'll see that dogs do this, and they spray it out, and they have the little weird dog penis sticking in your face, and you're like, stop doing that, dog. You don't think of it as a sexual pose, because it's a dog. In the same way, when you were a kid, you wouldn't think, if you saw a human doing that, you'd just be like, why are you being weird? You wouldn't think of it in a sexual way. But you do now that you're older and whatever. And that's fine. But again, that comes back to you, and as the viewer, what your ideas are doing to what someone else is doing. This person, this fictional, fake, not real person, might not be trying to be sexy at all. They're just making a pose. You are thinking they're trying to be sexy, and are therefore punishing them for what you think they're doing, but they may not necessarily be doing, which is a strange kind of circular logic. And so Blizzard did say they're going to change this, and they also said, oh, we were going to change it anyway. I believe that because there's a lot of these poses that are very similar to this one, and it makes sense to have all the characters have unique poses. Whatever, who cares? That's irrelevant. That's really irrelevant. This poster also brought up Widowmaker, who has the same pose as mentioned, and for some reason, she's okay. She can have her butt like that. That's okay. Tracer, no. Tracer's good and wholesome. She doesn't even know what sex is. She can't have her butt like that. Widowmaker, fine. So that's already a weird kind of double standard hypocrisy weirdness going. I said weird a lot of times. The other thing I like to bring up, some of the people complaining or saying, yeah, this is messed up, were also the same people who about 2 years ago or so were saying, oh, this character is a great sex symbol. She uses sex in a powerful way, very positive. She's a woman, very powerful, whatever, and uses sex, and it isn't a negative. She's not a sex object. She's using it. It's very empowering, yada yada yada. And they're of course talking about Bayonetta. And I agree, Bayonetta's awesome, sexy character. She beats your ass. It's great. That's a great thing. But that's the inherent problem. These are the same people applauding Bayonetta and her spunky sexuality that's positive and whatever. But Tracer can't do that, no. No, this is a completely different character who cannot possibly in any way be sexy, and this pose is offensive, apparently. And I have to wonder if some of these people have ever gone outside. Because if you saw a group of yoga doers, you would think, oh, they're wearing yoga pants, they did yoga, end of thought. Do these people see the yoga doers and think they just got back from an orgy? Clearly. Is that what's happening here? Because it doesn't make any goddamn sense. And it reminds me of Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Boop, 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 boop. In that this game isn't inherently offensive. This is a game about women going on vacation and playing volleyball and eating strawberries and pushing each other into pools. It's sure there's innuendo, but there's no sex in the game. And when I heard about this Tracer pose, I was like, what is she doing? Is she going like this on the side? Like, there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with this. This is crazy. You can go to any beach, anywhere, and see the exact same thing that you'd see in the game, and somehow this is okay. This is wonderful, perfectly normal behavior. But God forbid that a fictional character wear fucking tight pants and you get to see their butt. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense to me. Not to also mention that the game somehow, this gets glossed over in some places, it's about shooting people with guns and killing them. Now, it's not a very violent game. It's not bloody. It's not Doom over here. But you're okay with the guns and the shooting, but you're not okay with this. And that's fine. You could be not okay with it. I don't care. Demand it be changed. If it gets changed, or if it doesn't get changed, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. The problem I have is this is not okay, apparently. But Widowmaker's okay. Other countless characters are okay. Bayonetta's okay. Why is this not okay? And that's all okay. I thought this new feminism was all sex positive. They have this whole free the nipple thing. They're all running around naked. Which is fine and good. Whatever the hell you want to do. But why? Like, this doesn't compute with that ideal of sex positive and using, you know, it's your body, you know, it's not what you were wearing, etc., etc. And then this is a problem. And not to mention, if this parent had even paid half attention, we got this character, Diva, who's, let's just assume 17, I don't know, in a skin-tight outfit, doing weird-ass sexy poses. This is okay. Did anyone look at the game? No one who was upset about this looked at any of the other characters and in any way, because you would immediately know, it's like, well, why don't I have a problem with this? This character is a little girl. She's basically, she might as well have a Hello Kitty tattoo. That's a sexy pose. That is a sexy pose. Now, you may not think that, and that's the inherent point. That's a sexy pose? I think it is. You might not. You might think the Tracer pose is sexy. You might not. That's the whole goddamn point. Just because you think it's too sexual, just because you think it's even sexy at all, is up to you. You might have a thing for people wearing sombreros. That doesn't make everyone else have that. It's crazy. And the main point is pick your battles. For the love of God. You're gonna die on the Tracer butt fire? Which is a weird sentence. That's such a stupid battle, man. Like, there are actual issues going on that maybe you should help with, and I don't know if saying that this butt is bothering you is really the issue. But I don't know. Yet another white male opinion on this stupid issue. It's dumb. I still think it's dumb. But I'm okay with you're offended. You're just a little softy. A little softy. That's fine. I like soft butts. So never mind. Don't go there. So that ends hopefully the only segment I'll have to do with the war on butts. Although I do enjoy saying it. The war on butts. Now let's get into the first topic of the week. The war on butts. Rages on. In your hometown. Watch out. Hide your kids. Fucking, there might be a butt in that game. Watch out. There might be. I hope you don't let your kids follow anyone ever. Because they might see the other person's butt. Watch out. Watch out. They have butts. People have. It's fucking ridiculous.